I have no idea what we're doing today. Hello, everybody.
Well, hello, pod people. Welcome back.
Hey, you said pod people this time. Good
I know.
job.
I made it a little note in my brain to say it.
You said it, and I didn't this time.
Sorry.
Usually, you say, "Hey, friends,"
Hey, guys.
and I say, "Pod people."
Sorry, I'm not feeling that quite today.
That's okay. That's cool. I have no idea what we're working on today.
Well,
Hi, this is Bev.
This is Diz.
And this is
Trigger warning.
What are we working on today, Diz?
Well, let me tell you.
Okay, do
I
it.
have a survival story today.
Holy crap!
Right? It's going to be pretty nice.
That's exciting.
There's really only like one trigger warning. It's like an injury, kind of serious injury.
Really? Because I've heard that before, and then we were like,
well, no,
let's do the trigger warnings as we go.
I'm pretty sure it's not like the last one that I did. So I think we'll be okay.
Okay. I'm excited about it. I like non-trigger warningless trigger warnings.
I like the not horrible ones.
Yeah.
It's horrible, but
They survive, so it's good. I'm just going to go with that.
That is right. Survival.
Cool.
Y'all ready?
I'm glad I didn't know. I'm glad I'm surprised.
Surprise.
That's
right. All right, so let me get started, shall I?
Let's do it, shall you?
Okay, guys, listen. It's Thursday, July 5th, 2018.
This is the day after the 4th of July.
You are correct. Angela Hernandez, 23, started out on her 15-hour drive south from Portland, Oregon to Lancaster, California on Highway 1, which is like the Pacific Coast Highway.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
She was going to visit her sister Isabel.
Okay. That sounds like fun.
And Angela.
She was leaving the day after the 4th of July to visit her sister? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth and Angela. That's cool.
Yeah, Angela and Isabel. Okay, I thought that was pretty cute. Okay, anyway, Lancaster is about an hour outside of LA. All right, so it's like a 15-hour drive because, the U.S. is huge, so
humongous.
Even if you're in the same state, it could take you hours and hours to get from A to B.
Hours, forever.
All right. So at about 10 p.m. that night, she sends a text to her family saying that she's stopping for the night and she's going to be in a place called Half Moon Bay in San Mateo. That sounds right. San Mateo County.
Okay.
And she's parking in like a grocery store parking lot so that there's lights on all night.
Okay, so she was just going to sleep in her car.
Yeah, she has like a Jeep Patriot, which I'm like jealous, but
don't be.
Don't be.
No.
Oh, okay.
My husband's literally working on our friends right now because.
Oh, well, I'm so glad
it's not a Patriot, but it's a Jeep version of something.
Oh, okay. All right, so.
No offense to any of our listeners, including those right now. If you happen to listen to this, maybe I should edit this part out. Anyway, go ahead.
You should probably edit that out. They're gonna all be like, "No, we're not. Cancel them."
Cancel.
Okay, so around.
Can you be canceled if you were never? What's the opposite of canceled?
Somebody listens to us.
Okay, well, yeah, 5 people do.
Thank you, guys. You guys are so awesome.
Thanks,
for hanging
5
in
people.
There with us. That's fantastic.
Okay, sorry, I interrupted.
It's totally fine. So, around 8 a.m. the next morning, she texts her family saying, hey, get ready to go back on the road. And so at this time, her trip was going to be around 950-ish miles that she was driving.
Mm-hmm.
And so from where she left to where she stopped to sleep was 672 miles already.
Oh, wow.
That's how much she went that first day.
Man, she, took over, that's 2/3 of it right
And she'd already driven 11 hours of her 15-hour trip.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
She cranked it out the first day. She must be young.
It says she's about 11, but she was still 5.5 hours away from her sister at this point. Mm-hmm. She had over 300 miles left to go.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
So she texts them saying, hey, I'm heading back on the road. See y'all soon. And they don't hear from her again.
Oh.
So they're messaging her like, hey, how's it going? And they're thinking, oh, she's driving. We'll wait a little bit until she stops or whatever. Never gets a response. She was also pretty, heavy on social media.
Mm-hmm.
her social media, nothing was ever updated or anything. So they wait and they still don't hear from her, and they file a missing persons report. And the police actually do something.
Holy crap.
Isn't that fantastic? They actually ping her phone to find out where she was last. And where she was, it's not where she, like, San Mateo, but it's like a few hours outside of that or something.
Okay.
But they start searching
in the correct direction?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, like, farther back from where she came.
Okay.
Like, she's coming to San Mateo.
Uh-huh.
It's where she had driven through before she got to San Mateo to sleep the night.
So
that's just where her cell phone had pinged last.
Okay.
I don't know. It's weird.
Okay. That's what, yeah. Okay.
So, the police are checking. They do end up finding video footage of her from a business's security camera on July 6th. And they saw her, it was like 9:30 a.m. So that is the day she's, hey, I'm heading back out on the road again.
Right, when she woke up supposedly in this grocery store parking lot saying, hey, right. I'm leaving
They
again.
have video, she was okay. Like, nothing was out of the ordinary.
Okay.
So, like, okay, this is the last time she's seen officially. So, the police end up checking in this area called Big Sur, but they see no sign of her vehicle, or anything. They're looking, they even have, like, air support. Okay, so the Pacific Coast Highway, most people, if you've seen movies about California, you know it's like the big high cliff with the road, and then it's the beautiful
ocean, yeah.
Pacific Ocean.
Yeah,
and
a lot
like
of
ridiculously,
movies are going to show people driving along it because it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's
usually some
curvy.
Blonde in a convertible. It's usually, yeah.
Okay, so they do have like an air search coming to help just to look, but there's a lot of fog in the area, so they can't really
make
search
out
very
everything.
much.
Yeah.
Okay. So her family's still like, where is she? So that was July 6th is the last time anyone sees or hears from her, okay? On Saturday, July 14th.
Oh my gosh.
They have a search party scheduled. So like her family members are coming into that area because on like Friday so that they can go out with the search party the next day to help find her. They don't know where she is. So they just going everywhere.
That's a lot of area to cover too.
Another thing, which this was really sad, they were extra worried because a few years before her brother had gone missing and he was found, but he was deceased when they found him. I don't know what happened, and they never went into it in anything that I found, but they were concerned that something had happened to her, like him.
Oh, I wonder if he had taken his own life or something.
Know.
Oh, Lord.
Angela heads out on July 6th. She is driving along the beautiful Pacific Coast Highway. It's very curvy, but she is loving life. Ocean breeze, sunshine, it's beautiful. And she's in the Big Sur area of California. As she's driving, a rabbit darts out in front of her. She's an animal lover.
Are you sure it's not a deer?
It was a rabbit.
Okay.
It was not a deer. It was a rabbit. At first they just say a small animal, but then somebody in the sources were saying a rabbit.
Okay.
Actually, it was her. Okay. So she swerves to miss it, and she misses it, but she loses control of the Jeep, and she goes over the cliff onto the beach, 250 feet, which is 76 meters down.
Holy crap.
She hits and loses consciousness, as most anyone would.
Oh my gosh, that is a huge drop. She
realizes, okay, I'm in the car. There is water covering, like, over her knees. The power in her car is not working. It's long gone.
Right.
All of her windows are up, so she can't roll any windows down. Now, she is not submerged in water. It's kind of crazy. She's able to unbuckle herself. And she has, like, a multi-tool that she finds that she keeps near her driver's seat. She's called a multi-tool. But she ends up, like, she's bashing at her driver's side window, screaming, and she's thinking about her sister, and she's, like, screaming her sister's name.
Oh.
And she's finally able to break the window. And she's unbuckled, so she was able to crawl out. But she is in the water when she gets out of the car.
Wow.
So she swims to shore, collapses and passes out on the shore once she gets there.
Oh my gosh.
So she wakes up sometime later, still the same day.
Mm-hmm.
She stands up. She's like, what the heck? She's looking around. She sees ocean. She sees some rocks, and she sees the huge cliff where she just fell down. And she could hear, like, cars going on the highway.
Right.
So she's standing there. She's like, well, my shoulders hurt, my hips hurt, my thighs hurt, my back hurts. Okay? Then she sees that her Jeep is severely damaged, partially submerged, and the roof has been almost ripped off.
Wow.
Crazy. She also notes that her shoes are gone. She doesn't know where they are. So she has socks on her feet, and that's it. So she's standing there like, what in the world do I do? And she's like, I have a gallon of water in the car. I need to drink something.
Uh-huh.
Because, it's July in California.
Right.
So she's trying to get to the gallon of water, but the car is so mangled she cannot get herself in there and find it. And she's never able to get this gallon of water that she has in her freaking car.
Wow.
Okay. So she's like, what do I do? So she's like, well, I'm just going to walk that direction and see what I can find. Whatever. People, a way to get up onto the road or whatever. So she's walking and walking. She doesn't find anything. And the days become blurred to her because she has now been there for at least 2 to 3 days. She goes up and down the beach looking for people, screaming, yelling for help. She tries to get as high up on the rocks on the cliff area as she can.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, though, she only has socks on.
Right.
And where she is, it's rocky, and the sand is, like, kind of sharp.
Uh-huh.
It's not, like, soft and, like,
right.
Like powder.
And she can't get a foothold to climb, and if she gets up there and she slips, she's going to fall.
Her whole body hurts because she's been in a wreck.
Yeah, and that's a crazy wreck. I mean, just a small wreck, your body aches the next day.
Yeah, and
she fell 250 feet.
She was unconscious a couple of times.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's going up and down the beach. She's climbing on large rocks to try to save her socks and her feet.
Uh-huh.
From the sand and everything. But then she's also trying to walk near the water's edge because the rocks get so hot during the day it burns her feet.
Oh my gosh.
And she said that she air fights with little crabs on the rocks. Because they're like, get away from me. Anyway, I thought that was really funny. She said air fighting the crabs.
That's funny.
I thought it was cute.
That is cute.
Okay, so she's walking up and down. She's
fighting crabs.
Air fighting crabs.
Yeah.
She's just having a time. She's trying to find the highest points that she can to see if she can climb up to get to the road.
Can you imagine? And she's probably so thirsty with water right there, but it's not water she can drink.
Right. So on the third day, I think it is, she finds a high point and ends up going to this particular point every day, like yelling and screaming because it was like the highest point she had found that she could get to. So she would just sit on this high point of rock or whatever and scream and yell for help until she couldn't stand how hot it was getting.
Uh-huh.
And then she would like drag herself off this rock and go back to like her car area and stuff. And okay, so it's been about 3 days at this point, 3.5 days. Her jeans that she was wearing, the entire back of her jeans are just ripped to shreds.
Uh-huh.
Her socks are basically just holes, hardly anything left of them. And she's getting pretty dehydrated at this point. So she starts looking around where her car still is partially submerged, and she finds a black hose that had come off the car during the accident.
Mm-hmm.
So she ends up keeping it, like fits in one of her pockets that she had, so she keeps it with her. She starts her little walk on down the beach like she does every day. Today, she goes even farther than she had any other day. She had just kept walking and kept walking. And she's standing just like, what do I do? Like, here's the ocean. And she hears dripping. And she looks up and she sees like a huge area of moss on the cliff.
Oh, okay.
And water is dripping from it. So she's like, what? So she goes over and she's like, okay, I'm going to taste it. And it's fresh water.
Oh, wow.
So she literally uses that hose and lets it kind of fill up, and then she drinks from the hose that she had. And she said that she sat there for like an hour just drinking water because she was so dehydrated, and like
I
the only
wonder what
good
the
thing that
hose was from.
it was just some part of her car.
She's lucky it didn't have gas or oil
Right?
or something in it. It was maybe just an air
Maybe it
hose
was
or
the
something.
air hose. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, wow.
All right, so her days continue like this. She walks up and down the beach. She goes to her high rock. She yells. She gets water from the moss, which I think had a little creek that went to it, and why it had fresh water. Because I was like, is it road water? That's gross.
Yeah. Like Matt from a couple of episodes ago.
So
yeah.
Then, so her days walk up and down. She'd do that at night. She'd find a relatively high point to sleep so the tide wouldn't get her during the night.
Right.
Because she had to worry about that. And then she'd wake up in the morning covered in sea mist, and she'd watch the sunrise.
Wow.
She said the only thing that broke up her day were the songs that would run through her head over and over that she remembered from years previous. Like, she would just get songs stuck in her head, and then she would just keep singing them in her head.
Oh, wow.
Right? She would also think about all the food she was going to eat when she got rescued. So I was like,
not if, but when.
But when.
Uh-huh.
And she imagined what her rescuer would look like.
Okay.
Right? And she said sometimes during this
she thought
time,
it was going to be
she
a hot
would
firefighter.
hallucinate that somebody was, like,
coming
that she
to
saw
her.
someone.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Her final night/day, she wakes up in the middle of the night, and her shoulder is, like, killing her. It woke her up. She's like, what the heck? So she's laying there, and she's just looking up at the sky, and it's beautiful, and she could see all the stars. She's looking at the Big Dipper. She's kind of at her wit's end kind of thing,
Right.
okay? So she gets up, she walks to her high spot, and then she ends up falling asleep up there in between some rocks that were up there, and ends up sleeping for most of the next day. But she wakes up, like, before sunset the next day. She has slept for hours and hours. So she sits up, looks out over the water. She sees a woman walking on the beach. And she's like hallucinating. Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Right. She thinks she's,
and then she's
imagining
and
things
she's
again.
Like, so she screams, help! As she slides off the rock and runs to the lady, and she's real. It is 6:15 in the evening, and the woman and her husband are walking along the beach. They are named Chelsea and Chad Moore. Chad stays with Angela, gives her fresh water, and Chelsea ends up running, finds a trail, however, wherever it was that they came through, and ends up going to a campground where they were staying and called 911. And while she's there calling 911, she sees the missing person flyer of
Holy
Angela
crap.
and realizes that that's who it is.
Oh my gosh.
So this is Friday the 13th. Saturday the 14th.
Lucky Friday the 13th.
It was for her.
Yeah.
The 14th, all of her family was going to start a search party for her. All right. So Chelsea and Chad are surfers, and because the waves weren't really what they wanted that day, they decided they would kind of hike/walk in the area and just look around. And they also like to fish, so they were looking for a fishing spot. So they just happened to be right there.
Wow.
Most people didn't come to this area, though. This was not a spot that you would just...
They were looking for a fishing spot. That was the same reason that Matt Ream got found in my survival story.
You're right.
The two guys looking for a fishing spot.
All right, guys, look. If you're looking for a fishing spot,
go to some weird out-of-the-way place, because that's where people are trapped.
So they said that while they were just, walking or whatever, enjoying the morning, they see what looks like a bumper of a vehicle in the sand. And they look a short ways over, and they see her Jeep, and it's all mangled and, like, partially submerged. And they're like, what the heck? This is horrible. So they actually, like, went to the vehicle, and since they weren't injured like her, he was able to get some of the belongings from there, because they were going to take it to the police and be like, look, we found this, blah, blah, blah.
Right, yeah. Obviously, it looks like it fell off this ginormous cliff.
Right. And they even got, like, her license plate.
Oh,
because,
wow.
for one, it's good, because the license plate, they would know who the
Yeah, they
vehicle
could
belonged
ID
to.
who it belonged to.
All right, so the rescue team comes, and it's hours and hours, but they're finally able to pull her up the cliffside, and she gets flown to a hospital. The family gets notified. They come to the hospital. They're reunited. Yay, it's awesome. So, she finds out, here were her injuries. She had a brain hemorrhage.
Oh.
4 fractured ribs, 1 collapsed lung, 2 broken collarbones. Her blood vessels in both eyes were ruptured. And she had severe sunburn on her hands, feet, and face.
Oh my gosh.
She was there for 7 days.
How is she climbing and walking around and stuff with all those injuries?
I don't know. Just the brain hemorrhage, she had a concussion. You know she did.
Yeah.
Think how, like, scary just that alone is.
I mean, and they say that, like, a broken collarbone is one of the most painful injuries.
Yeah.
Can you imagine climbing rocks with both your
collarbones
she has a collapsed lung,
broken? So she only has 1 lung working.
Yeah. Oh.
And fractured. So, the first night she's in the hospital, she actually makes a Facebook post and updates her Facebook with her story and what happened.
Oh,
and it's fantastic. I highly recommend reading it. So, anyway, as far as I could tell, she has made a complete recovery. I couldn't find anything that said she had any, like, lasting issues or anything from it.
She never has watched a sunset or a sunrise at the beach again.
Right? She doesn't drive on the Pacific Coast Highway.
Right. She hates California now. No, I'm just kidding.
Right? She just stays in Portland. She doesn't go anywhere else.
She's told her sister either move here or I'm never going to see you again.
No, but she really seemed to have a really good outlook. Kind of like
she got a pet rabbit. Just kidding.
No, she didn't.
No, she did not.
But that's pretty much it. But I just thought that was a crazy story.
That is
especially
crazy.
After the mat room one you told us about.
That's amazing, because that's 2 stories now where you're basically where people are all the time.
She could hear
traffic.
The cars.
The traffic's right there.
And she said, I kept thinking if I could just scream loud enough, somebody could
hear you. Yes. That's what he was thinking too. Like, help me.
But it's just like, so you can loud. Hear, it's like they just...
Even with their windows down, there's no way they can hear over the wind and stuff.
Waves
yeah.
and wind and birds singing, like seagulls
That's crazy.
And all that. Yeah. And then I guess there was never any boats that came by.
Well, I guess I'll have to take back what I said about the Jeep thing, because apparently it protected her enough that she didn't die when she fell 250 feet.
I know, 250 freaking feet.
Yeah, that's crazy. And she didn't even get trapped in it.
That's what surprised me. Like I expected it to be like Matt.
Yeah.
Like she was stuck right there behind the driver's
That's what I expected you to say, was that she was trapped in the vehicle this whole time.
Right. Because she would have died the first time the tide came in.
Yeah.
She would have been covered.
Wow. That is insane.
So she said she feels like, she's here for a reason.
Yeah, if she hadn't walked far enough to get that water that day, she probably wouldn't have made it.
No, she wouldn't have. There was no way she would have.
Because that was just enough water to get her through to the point that those people found her.
Also, I want to know where her shoes went.
They probably just got washed away. They probably came off her feet and got washed away.
But she was in the car, but I guess maybe when she was trying to crawl out and like swim back. Because I don't know what kind of shoes she was wearing.
Yeah, they probably just slipped off. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if they had flown over, like with a helicopter or something on the search, and say it was foggy at that moment, or the vehicle was submerged at that moment, would they have found her when it was time to search for her?
I don't know.
Because finding her in that massive rocks and stuff on that huge cliff, it would have been easier to spot her vehicle. But if it was during high tide and the vehicle was submerged too much, and it's silver or something like that.
It was white.
It was white, okay, with the gray and white rocks.
Right.
I wonder if they would have missed her.
Probably.
And if she was asleep or passed out unconscious or something like that,
She was 23 also. Like 23 dealing with that? I can't even imagine.
That's crazy.
Can't imagine.
That's really crazy. That is a really cool story, though.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty amazing, and especially once you realize what kind of injuries she was dealing with for a week by herself.
Yeah.
With no food. She had no food, period.
No
she
strength.
never ate anything.
Yeah.
And she had the little bit of water she was able to get from the moss.
That's wild.
And her thoughts of whatever food she was going to eat.
Yeah. It's amazing how inventive and creative people can be when they're faced with something like that.
Right? So, you guys, I'm actually going to show Bev some of the pictures because a lot of newspapers had this. Even like an Australian newspaper had this story.
Okay, I'm going to pause the recording so I don't just ooh and ah. Okay, y'all, you need to look up some of these pictures. Her car is jacked up.
It looks like a tin can.
It does. It
truly does.
Truly messed up.
If you just search
and you
for
can tell by
images,
it looks like she parked it on the beach facing the ocean. So you can tell that, like, when she landed, the water would have been, like, up to her knees and stuff. And then you can tell that after she got out of it and the tide came in, it would have been covered in water. So she would have drowned if she was trapped in it.
So there is actually
you can see the water line on the boulders. There's a boulder kind of behind it that is the size of the Jeep.
Yeah,
it's huge.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
I think I just found a pic. Shoot, I hate that. So they show like an image that you want to see, but it's not actually in
the
report.
Yeah.
So this is a picture of her car from like the top of the cliff.
Oh yeah.
With the tide coming in and how much of it was covered.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You could see the very, very back of it.
Yeah. See, I feel like they would have had trouble finding it if they were flying over and the tide had come in. So I think that if those people hadn't happened upon her, because they were looking for a fishing spot, that is so crazy to me.
Because they were going to be surfing, but they're like,
Yeah.
So they would have been somewhere else. They wouldn't have been right there surfing.
Right.
They would never have.
Yeah, because who wants to surf into some giant boulders? I bet the people that came upon her, especially with the ruptured vessels in her eyes, like she had red, like bloodshot eyes and stuff. I bet, and the red sunburn on her face, and she was probably blistered and stuff.
So, I looked up the word, whatever she called that when it's red like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it said it could take anywhere from like 6 days to like 2 weeks for that to go away. Because it just has to get absorbed back into your system. So, like, she would have still had some crazy looking eyes, most likely, by the time they had found her. So that would be terrifying.
Yeah, I'm sure they were like, what is this? What is going on?
She doesn't look super
because they were just taking a nice little walk on the beach.
Yeah, and it was morning, so.
Yeah.
Or, no, sorry, it wasn't.
Evening.
It was evening.
Yeah.
And,
they were like, just trying to relax. Yeah, just out to stroll around a little.
We're just looking at more pictures because it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it truly is cliffs.
It is. It's
and there's
cliff.
sand, but there's huge rocks and stuff too. Because it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is truly
terrifying
beautiful.
To look
and
at.
It really is like you see in the movies because they do, and anytime they use any footage of somebody driving down the California coast, it is the Pacific Coast Highway. That's what they're doing.
Because it's crazy looking.
It's iconic. So
yeah, but she was like, beautiful. I could hear people driving, but I just couldn't get
anybody's attention.
Enough. Yeah.
I wonder how far the campground was from where she was.
I'll tell you. Hang on, I just saw a map.
Like, I wonder if how far they walked.
Let me see if I can.
Because she wouldn't have known how far to walk, and I'm sure she kind of wanted to stay with her vehicle because she didn't know how long. Like, she probably wanted to stay where her kind of base was, so she didn't get lost or
Yeah.
Like, I would have been like, this is where I'm familiar. This is kind of like my comfort zone, even though she couldn't get anything out of the car or whatever. Like, I would have not wanted to go too far from what was mine, I guess. That's kind of crazy, I know, but like.
So here's where she crashed. And the Kirk Creek campground was really close. I can't do any more. It'll throw me out of it.
Let's see if we can figure it out. Okay, so from what we can tell, she was about 1 to 2 miles from the campground.
Right.
So, in her condition, walking 1 to 2 miles without knowing that there's something there or someone there to help you, and if it wasn't like a really well-worn path, who knows if she would have been able to find it. Because I'm assuming it wouldn't have just been straight down the beach. It would have been, there's some kind of turn that you would have made to make a path to go to the campsite.
Right, yeah.
So she would have, even if it was straight down the beach, she didn't know exactly 2 miles from here there's a campsite. She didn't know. So just wandering down the beach for 1 to 2 miles wouldn't have been a thing that she was going to do, and it would have been hard on her body anyway with all the injuries she had.
And then she'd be that much farther from her
Jeep, yeah.
Where someone could see that there was an accident or whatever.
Right.
If someone actually saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I would have wanted to stay there so that if somebody came across it, they'd be like, oh, well, nobody's around it, so I guess it's old. And then they would have moved on.
And actually, the couple said it looked like it was recent. That's the main reason why they were like...
They were concerned about it, yeah.
Because it looked fresh.
Fresh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pictures of it looks all rusty and stuff, but...
Because of that sea salt and all
that. The seawater and stuff. But it makes you wonder how soon after the accident were those pictures taken? Was that,
probably that day.
Did they leave it there?
I don't know.
How would you get a vehicle? I mean, that's 250 feet.
I have no idea.
How do you get it out of there?
I don't know. Do you?
Do you helicopter lift it? Because that would be really expensive, and I would think that the person who owns the vehicle would have to pay for that.
But that's an EPA thing, too.
Yeah.
Like, they would want that out because of the gasoline and the oil and all that stuff coming out of it.
So,
of course, by then...
That means it rusted really fast.
Yeah.
I would look at that and be like, oh, it's all rusted. It's been there for a while.
It's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I guess if you're used to the salt water and salt air, then you'd be like, nah, it's pretty recent.
Yeah. Another thing I was just reading is that couple, they didn't know anything about her being missing because they don't have a TV.
Oh, well. Dang.
So
surfers?
It literally was, they just...
They're not like modern day surfers that have TVs built into their surfboards?
And their Apple
Is that a thing? I don't know.
Anyway, that's the story of Angela Hernandez.
That was
and her
really
amazing survival. And thank you, Chelsea and Chad Moore, for being awesome.
Looking for your fishing spot. They should go fishing with Mario Garcia and what's his name? Navarro or something. I can't remember his name.
I don't remember the names, but
yeah.
And
Matt's
her family
friends.
For filing the report, and the police
for actually following up on the report. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, she's just a young woman, she decided to take a road trip somewhere else.
Right.
Randomly for no good reason.
Anyway, yeah, I thought that was amazing.
That's a cool story, Diz. Thanks for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. Thanks for listening to it.
Yeah, that was awesome. Watch for rabbits, y'all.
Right?
But
there's dangerous critters.
See, interesting correlations between the two.
Right?
Swerving to miss an animal, crashing, being close to traffic, can't get attention anyway.
Water.
People finding a fishing spot, getting saved, getting rescued. Having a strange and difficult rescue because of where you're located off of the roadway.
Yeah. Not off
Positive attitude.
She did.
Yep.
Her
correlations.
Her Facebook post is pretty awesome. Like, obviously, she tells, but then she's kind of funny, too. Kind of like him.
Yeah.
When you were telling that story. Well,
thanks, Diz. That was fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
I like the Survivor ones that are fun.
I know. I like them, too.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll, move on. And maybe we'll depress you next time.
Yeah, we might do that.
Yeah, we don't want to keep buttering y'all up and making you think that this is some kind of fun podcast.
Yeah, we don't believe in that stuff around here.
I don't want y'all to get in the habit of, like, enjoying it or something.
Yeah, we want y'all to be on the edge of your seat and stuff.
Want y'all to turn it off and be crying or something. No, maybe not that bad, but
we're just kidding.
Something. All right, well, we'll catch you next time.
That's right, guys, and don't forget, watch for rabbits and watch for deer.